In 2002, Elon Musk had $0. Not struggling. Not broke. Zero. He had just sold his first company, PayPal, to eBay for $1.5 billion. And he gave away almost every single cent. $100 million into a rocket company everyone said would fail. $100 million into an electric car company everyone said would fail. $60 million into a solar energy company everyone said would fail. His friends staged an intervention. They begged him to stop. They showed him mathematical proof that all three companies would go bankrupt. Elon looked at the math, agreed it was probably right, and invested anyway. By 2023, he was worth $250 billion. The question is not, how did he get so lucky? The question is, what was happening inside his mind that made him see opportunity where every other intelligent person saw certain failure? Because that difference is not intelligence. It is not luck. It is a completely different operating system, running in his brain and in the brain of every billionaire who ever lived. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly how that operating system works. Stay with me here, because what I am about to show you will permanently change how you see every decision you make. Mental switch number 1. Billionaires think in first principles. Everyone else thinks in analogies. This is the foundation of everything Elon Musk does, and he has explained it publicly many times. Here is what it means. Most people think by analogy. They look at how things have always been done. They assume the way things are is the way things must be. In 2000, battery packs for electric cars cost $600 per kilowatt hour. Every car manufacturer said electric cars are too expensive to build. They were thinking by analogy. Batteries have always been expensive. Therefore, batteries will always be expensive. Elon thought in first principles. He asked a different question entirely. What are batteries actually made of? Cobalt, nickel, aluminum, carbon, some polymers. What do those raw materials cost on the open market? $80 per kilowatt hour. So the question was never whether batteries were expensive. The question was, why is everyone paying $600 for $80 worth of materials? And if we buy the materials ourselves and assemble them in a new way, could we get to $80? Today, Tesla battery packs cost under $150 per kilowatt hour, and falling every year. First principles thinking did not just build a better car. It built a $200 billion company from a question most people never thought to ask. Now here is where the suspense begins. Because first principles thinking is the entry-level skill. What comes next is what truly separates billionaires from everyone else. Mental switch number 2. Billionaires are obsessed with asymmetric risk. Everyone else avoids all risk. This is the mental model that explains Elon investing everything in 2002, and it is the most misunderstood concept in wealth psychology. Here is what asymmetric risk means. Most people think about risk like this. If I invest and I am wrong, I lose. If I invest and I am right, I gain. Equal risk, equal reward. That is not how billionaires think. They think like this. If I invest and I am wrong, what is the worst realistic outcome? I lose the money. I start over. I survive. If I invest and I am right, what is the best realistic outcome? I change the entire industry. I generate returns of 1,000%. Downside is limited. Upside is unlimited. That asymmetry is worth almost any risk. When Elon invested $100 million in SpaceX, he knew the worst case was losing $100 million. He had done it before with PayPal. He knew he could survive it. He knew he could rebuild. But the best case was revolutionizing space travel, changing the future of humanity. Returns that no conventional investment could ever match. Most people never take significant risks because they focus entirely on the downside. Billionaires take calculated risks because they focus on the asymmetry. Limited downside, unlimited upside. Find that combination and bet everything on it. But wait, because there is a darker secret underneath this. Something Elon has never said publicly, but that his decisions reveal over and over again. Mental switch number 3. Billionaires treat failure as data. Everyone else treats failure as identity. In 2008, SpaceX launched its third rocket. It failed. Tesla was on the verge of bankruptcy. Solar City was running out of money. Elon was so broke, he had to borrow money from friends to pay rent. In a single year, he lost almost everything. Now here is the question that reveals everything about his psychology. What did he do the morning after the third rocket failure? He called his engineering team together, and he asked one question. What did we learn? Not what went wrong. Not who is to blame. Not should we give up. What did we learn? Because in Elon's mind, the rocket did not fail. The rocket generated data that made the next launch more likely to succeed. 6 weeks later, SpaceX launched its fourth rocket. It succeeded and secured a $1.6 billion NASA contract. The difference between bankruptcy and billions was the question asked after failure. What did we learn? Versus, what does this mean about me? And now, the twist that changes everything. Mental switch number 4. Billionaires engineer their own luck. Everyone else waits for luck to find them. In 2004, Elon Musk did not accidentally meet the founders of Tesla at a party. He sought them out. He had been studying electric vehicle technology for years. He had been looking for the right team. He manufactured that meeting. In 2002, he did not stumble into the space industry. He had read every textbook on rocket science he could find. He had cold-called aerospace engineers. He had built the knowledge base to recognize the opportunity. What looks like luck from the outside is almost always preparation meeting manufactured opportunity from the inside. Billionaires do not wait for doors to open. They find the door. They study the lock for years. And then when the moment comes, they are the only person in the world with the right key. Mental switch number 5. Billionaires protect their thinking time. Everyone else fills every moment. This one will shock you. Elon Musk works 100-hour weeks. And yet, he reads for hours every day. He takes long showers where he forbids interruptions. He spends what he calls dead time, doing nothing but thinking, not planning, not responding, not producing, just thinking. Warren Buffett reportedly spends 80% of his day reading and thinking. Bill Gates takes 2-week thinking retreats twice a year, completely alone, no meetings, no calls, just books and thinking. In a world that worships busyness, the wealthiest people on earth are obsessively protecting time to do nothing because they understand something that most people never learn. Your best thinking does not happen when you are busy. It happens in the silence between the busy. And in that silence is where the billion-dollar ideas live. Mental switch number 6. Billionaires build for the mission. Everyone else works for the paycheck. In 2012, Elon Musk could have retired. He was already worth several $billion. He never had to work another day in his life. Instead, he announced he was personally going to Mars. Not sending a robot. Not funding someone else. Personally going. At the time, this seemed insane. Today, SpaceX has a serious timeline for human Mars missions. And here is what this reveals about billionaire psychology. The mission is not the means to the money. The money is the means to the mission. When you work for a paycheck, your ceiling is the paycheck. When you work for a mission you genuinely believe in, the ceiling is the mission. And missions do not have ceilings. Now here is the part of this video that matters most. Everything I just described, every single mental switch, can be learned. None of this is genetic. None of this is luck. None of this requires $1 billion to start. First principles thinking can start today. With any problem you are facing right now. Asymmetric risk thinking can start today. With the smallest investment decision you have been avoiding, treating failure as data can start today. With the last thing that went wrong in your life, engineering your luck can start today. With 1 hour of deliberate preparation in the direction you want to go, protecting thinking time can start today. By putting 1 hour of silent thinking on your calendar, right now, today. And working for a mission can start today. By asking yourself one question you may have never seriously asked. If money was not the goal, what would I be building? Because the answer to that question is where your ceiling disappears. Elon Musk did not become the richest person in history because he was born different. He became the richest person in history because he thinks different. And thinking is the one thing nobody can stop you from changing. Starting right now. I want you to do something before you close this video. Drop a comment with the one mental switch from this video that you are going to start using this week. Just one. Write it down. Because the research is clear. People who publicly commit to a behavioral change are 3 times more likely to follow through. Your comment is not just a comment. It is a commitment to yourself. And if this video genuinely shifted how you see your own potential, share it with someone right now. Not because it helps my channel, because somewhere today, someone you care about is trapped in a ceiling that only exists because nobody ever showed them the door. You just found the door. Share it. Hit that like button right now. Every like tells YouTube to show this to someone else who needs a completely different way of thinking. And subscribe to Psycho Wealth and hit that bell, because next week we are going somewhere nobody expects. Into the darkest psychological reason why most people never use any of what they just learned, even when they know it, even when they want to. The final psychological lock and the key that opens it, you do not want to miss it. This is Psycho Wealth, and this is just the beginning.